Hi, Chapel Hill. It is Saturday morning, and I am here at home in my peaceful suburban neighborhood, dealing with just how surreal it is to see all that's going on in our city and in our state right now and across the country, and it just breaks my heart. And so I wanted to just have a couple of minutes with you here before we start our Sunday service, just to process a bit of what's going on and offer a few thoughts. This really is quite something we didn't see this coming, not something I ever expected to be facing here in this wonderful, peaceful city. But here we are, and it just it got a lot closer to home, realizing that I have a friend who lives just 3 houses down from the Wells Fargo bank that burned last night, and cannot imagine how deeply this has impacted all those in the communities where the violence has taken place, where even people even from out of our state have come to create this kind of violence and chaos and unrest in our city. And I just want to share a few thoughts with you regarding what we do with this. First of all, I know that this has created a lot of fear, a lot of insecurity in all of us. I sense that, just going, wow, this is my city, this is where I live. And so first, I just want to encourage you that the rock and refuge that we've been talking about for quite some time now, our Father, our God, He's here, and He is here to deal with our fears, to take that insecurity upon Himself and offer strength and offer peace and comfort in the midst of all of this. And so I ask that whatever level of fear you're dealing with in your own life, whatever this has done to you, that you would bring it to God right now if you haven't yet, and just cry out to Him, hold on to Him, invite His peace into your life right now. He's got this, He's here, and He is the answer to what's going on right now. And so just call out to Him, reach out and hang on to our rock and our refuge. I also want to speak into the reality of what this makes us think, this energy that has welled up in me because of this, how this is being multiplied constantly. And I've heard from some of you the response to this as well, that lines up with what I'm feeling. This is such clear evidence that our world needs Jesus. In church, we have been put in our communities as voices of hope and peace and reconciliation. And I ask that we would all come before God right now and say, God, all right, show me. What would you have me do? We have opportunities even today to speak into the lives of the people around us and bring them a voice of encouragement, a word of hope. Point them to our rock and our refuge. Can't imagine how the world's dealing with this without God to turn to. What kind of hope they have without realizing that the Prince of Peace is alive and well and ready to step in and bring reconciliation and restoration into all that we're facing. And so in the days ahead, we are going to explore this together as a church. What does it mean to be a voice of hope? What does it mean to be peace? What does it mean to be ministers of reconciliation wherever we are? We have that opportunity, and we're going to take it. I would like to take a moment now just to pray with you and to lift up what's going on, knowing that God is the one that we turn to. So we pray with me right now. Father, I thank you that you are there, that you are real, that you are the rock and refuge that our world needs right now and always. I ask, Father, for peace. I ask that you would bring peace and reconciliation and restoration into our city and our state and our nation and our world, that you would restore that this world would see you more clearly than they ever have before, that we would know that you're here and that your strength is sufficient for all that we're facing right now. I pray for each one of our communities that have been so deeply, deeply impacted by the violence, for individual families that are hurting right now, for those who have lost their businesses, for George Floyd's family and what they're going through. I pray, Lord, for peace to come into their lives. I pray for protection for our firefighters, our police department, our National Guard, our government leaders, that you would be all that they need right now. Pray for each one in our church who is facing fear because of all this, that you would meet them exactly where they're at and speak strength and peace into their lives. Bring them hope once again. And I ask, Lord, that you would guide us into being the church that you've called us to be, that we would be used by you to bring reconciliation and hope and peace into our world. God, I invite you into all that we're facing right now and ask that you would be our rock and our refuge. God, bring peace, bring restoration. And I pray this in the name of the Prince of Peace. Amen. Grace and peace, Chapel Hill. Let's be the church that God's called us to be.